Hello everybody, this is Katerina Pavlou from the Lightworks Method, and I am starting my broadcasting series with a Halloween special. I will be doing videos for each star sign and an additional one. I am featured in the Playful magazine, which is a very new edition. It is in Berlin, and you can find my horoscopes in here. You can also find an article about me. This is me. So this is for November, December and January 2019-2020, and you can find it in cafes and restaurants in Berlin. It is like the first issues are for free, so make sure you check it out when you see it. It's a very, very interesting, very Berlin, very beautiful magazine, very uncensored, and just like beautiful work. There's going to be an online version of the Playful magazine, and of course you will find me on my own webpage as well, which is going to be online soon. I'm doing the Halloween reading for Libra. I am using the Halloween Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. Extra for Halloween, super Halloweenish. Beautiful cards. This is the Jack-o'-lantern reading suggested by the booklet that comes with the cards. So this is what we're going for. The eyes, the nose, the mouth, as Halloween as it gets. This can be a reading just for the night of Halloween, but to me, exactly because this is a period of time where the veil between the worlds becomes thinner and thinner, and we get the opportunity of seeing the parallel realities and the unmanifested worlds and all the potential and everything that has been and will be melting together with what we have already manifested in our lives and what we're already experiencing. It's a very, very magical time. And I think that these are the readings that they can give you some insight of what can actually come through the doors during this period of time and how you can utilize it later on. And for as much and as long a period of time as you think you set for yourselves or you notice that it actually takes. The first position is talking about the situation. It's going to be our agenda, to put it this way. It could be an issue, it could be a problem, it could be a question, it could be something that you're experiencing right now. It could also just be some inspiration, something to think about. The second position, I call it the root. Stacey DeMarco calls it the real issue. I say this is what's really going down. This is like the biggest part of the iceberg. This is the tip, and this is the rest of it, the 9/10 of it. I call it the root to the tree. This position is supposed to give you the obstacles, maybe hidden obstacles as well, something that you haven't really noticed. I will call it circumstances because sometimes it is just plainly and blatantly positive. This position here gives you the greatest fear. This is the solution or the suggestion of the cards, and this is the outcome. What is actually comes to pass if you choose to follow this suggestion or this solution of the cards. So, my dear Libras, your first card is the underworld. The underworld, where all things pause and begin again. If nothing is happening right now, or if the things that you expect to happen are not happening right now, don't you worry about it, because pause and a stop, taking a little break, is actually part of the rhythm of the world. things cannot always expand in the outside and manifest forever. At some point we need to stop. Even Da Vinci, when he was creating his art, had to stop at some point. Otherwise, he would be still painting the same Mona Lisa until the end of his days. We make the call when something is perfect in the sense that something is whole. And sometimes we need to stop, just to stop and allow these things to manifest and take life of their own and bring us all the lack and the beauty and the endless possibilities and the good juice here that you see in the pomegranate, which is one of the most symbolic fruits that we know. You also see it very often in the hands of the high priestess in the tarot, the one between the worlds, the one that understands that what we see in our physical reality is not all that we can have. If we see beyond that, we will be the masters of this reality and will start manifesting more. Protection. Now, I know you love balance. I know you do. And great beauty. The thing here is that maybe you stop because of protection, and that is a wise decision to protect yourselves. Maybe you pause because you're afraid that if you keep on moving, then you're not going to be protected anymore. Maybe you found yourself in the midst of storms, energetically speaking, or things happening too fast, or so many ideas, or so many influences, or so many things going completely different than you have planned. And therefore, you need to pause a little bit, or you need to trust a little bit that things are happening behind the scenes so that you can actually take the best out of it. This is the idea that now that the veil of the worlds is thin, everything travels back and forth into the past, into the future, into the present. Ghosts, the dead ones can reunite with the living ones, so all loved ones can be together, so that the physical death is transcended by eternal love, but also that a lot of these possibilities appear in our reality right now in a playful way or even in a teasing way, and sometimes they can scare us. These infinite possibilities, things like can scare us, and there is a deep, maybe a very primal need to protect ourselves and also to know what is going on, or to have control over things, or to keep moving. There is also a very primal thing that says that if we want to keep on living, we need to keep on moving. And staying still, maybe it is not the most natural thing to do unless we just go to bed, go to sleep. Know that whatever is happening or whatever is not happening, if in any way situations are alarming for you, you are protected. And apparently you know that. Otherwise this wouldn't be in the base of the situation or the issue. Don't worry about losing anything here in this position, because this talks about the cycles of life. There's winter, and then there's spring, and then there's summer, and then there's autumn with a Halloween, and then there's winter again. And spring is going to come again, all over again. So don't you worry, because you're part of the cycle of life and you cannot lose anything or be left behind. Now, in the circumstances or something that could be an obstacle for you here is the Skull of Stars, which is the infinite possibilities. So basically, what was I saying about the Jack-o'-lantern is that it is sometimes the storm of possibilities that frightens us the most, or that takes us by surprise, and we need to feel protected. We need to be a little bit in control. This is incredible. And you are the one who's going to decide how you're going to pace it. Pace it. Move when you need to move, pause when you need to pause. Infinite possibilities. There's so much that can be manifested right now. Maybe you don't even know exactly how big this manifestation can be. Maybe you have a plan that is actually limited a little bit by what you know right now, or by what you know to be capable of until now. and maybe now you're evolving rapidly, and all these like skull-like pictures, all these skull pictures and this like skull-like picture pretty much tells me that you have a very strong head and a very stable core and a very good structure, and you can really rely on yourselves to, you know, like move in the realm of magic, which is the realm of manifestation, without any worry. I'm not going to say without fear, because, you know, it is natural to go a step back when we're moving forward. And what is the greatest fear here is creating through the ashes. The skull of flowers, creating through the ashes. The question is, what scares you most? The fact that you can create from everything, anything, or the fear that you cannot, and some things are going to be left behind? Whatever it is, this card tells you that it is in your hand. You have the power, you have the structure, you have the strength. You can totally do this. This is also an opportunity for past things and past opportunities to start keeping up with you, to come and find you now, to be able to be manifested as well, to be part of your new reality. Because the new cycle begins here. When you know that already, you're starting anew. So if you're mourning something, leaving behind, don't you worry, because you know what? Nothing is lost. If you feel that you're never going to stand up again, that all you can do is just, you know, crawl into your cave and be as protected as possible, know that that is not the case. You are in the middle of a storm of energies, you're in the middle of a storm of possibilities, and that is magnificent. At the same time, you're incredibly protected, so, you know, you can have your pie and eat it too in this case. If you have been in situations where you felt, oh my God, I can say goodbye to my old self, I'm never going to be the same again, you're right and you're wrong. You're right in the sense that you've grown and you've become far more intelligent and bigger and more updated, let's put it this way, version of yourself. And you're wrong in the sense that you've lost nothing. These ashes is like the cocoon to the butterfly. I love this card in the position of the suggestion or the solution or the advice, and this is a regret. Saying you can ask yourself, are things that you're regretting? Are you actually holding things from the past in the same form that you're used to having them because you're afraid to move on? Or you're afraid like to allow change to happen and you to change with it. You're becoming a butterfly out of the cocoon. If this is the case, then know that it is up to you. How much of your past are you bringing into your new future? And on the other hand, if you feel that there's limitations, then know that this is just a projection of experiences that you've had in the past. And you can slowly maybe start making peace with the fact that some things that you wanted to change have changed, and congratulations on that. And what is happening as a result? What are you getting out of it? Well, this is the amazing thing. I love this card, the black card, the familiar of the witches, sitting on a ton of information, books and recipes. And it's fortune meeting opportunity. So basically you have fortuna, you have luck on your side. A goddess is actually protecting you, but also guiding you all the time. All the time. And if you feel stuck or if you live in the past, don't you worry about it, because just experiencing the same thing once more, but knowing what it is, and if you're not really sure, just looking at it and trying to understand exactly what is going on, ask situations and parts of yourself to tell you what is going on. Just listen to yourself. And just by doing that, just becoming conscious about it, luck is coming on your side. The opportunity is going to rise. You're going to be wise. You're going to grasp it. And things are going to go your way. You're going to feel powerful again. You're going to feel ready. You're going to feel like you have the knowledge and you have the power to create whatever you want to create. So if you do not feel very active right now, but you want to be, don't you worry. Information is coming in and inspiration is going to follow. If you feel that you don't want to be active because you want to protect yourself and you actually do need a break, either because of disappointment or just because you realize that you need the rest, well, don't you worry, because yes, there are times for action, there are times for thought. And this is thought. All manifestation starts with the idea. Everything starts with thought. So, well done. Give it time. Follow your intuition. You have infinite possibilities coming here, and maybe you actually do need to sort out what belongs to now and what is part of the past that you wanted to leave behind. Where how much you've grown, how much you've changed, how much more knowledgeable you are. And you will realize that if you don't feel that already, you will feel it. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to use my own oracle as a clarifier. I chose this small format because it makes it so much easier to use it without covering up the cards. And it's very simple in the sense that there's only one word on it, so, you know, can go really fast. I am a little bit of a geek, so I love words, so I work that way, my brain works that way, so it's really like, it really helps me. You have a question here that you're already answering, or in order to find the answer, you need to ask the question. Or in order to find the answer, you need to pause, because the question, there's so many questions all around you right now. The question is going to become very clear, and it is about what exactly do you want to manifest, and literally what kind of riches, money, growth, anything that you feel that it is a resource, anything that you feel that you've actually gained and are having and are enjoying and is making you richer. It could be feelings, it could be love, it could be seeing yourself in a way that you've always knew that you were and you never actually managed to create the space and the time to enjoy yourself in that way. You have a lot of divine guidance here, and it's happening right now. There's a lot in play, to put it this way. And actually, I think a good way to go about these infinite possibilities, if that is a little bit overwhelming, is to take it in a playful way. Like, take it in a light way, like lightly, because yeah, the storm, what I was telling you, you're not like in a little cave somewhere hidden away from life. Things are like cooking up, absolutely, and it's so much. I mean, you can have it all right now, and maybe you had the feeling that you had it all already, but no, you're actually having it all now. Yes, you need to take the time. It is good to take the time. And if you want a way to balance the protection with the pause, if the pause is for any reason uncomfortable for you, or it creates you the feeling that nothing is moving and that nothing is happening and nothing ever is going to happen, that life is never going to be as good as before, then you know what? Just satisfy your sensations. Like, you know, just feel your body, be nice to it, eat delicious soup, go to the sauna, do whatever you need to do. Because if you have the tendency to go within, that means that you're trying to avoid a little bit seeing what's going on outside. Not because the outside is not good, but because you've had the experience of pain. Pain can blind us a little bit. So, you know what? Be nice to your senses, like through your senses to yourself, and things are going to be absolutely fine. Absolutely great. If there is no disappointment in play and we're just talking about impatience, it's like, oh God, nothing is moving and everything. Don't you worry, that's part of the circle. That's absolutely part of the cycle. And the storm is coming, like, I mean, you know, you're already in it. Like the movement that you want is so out the door. So don't you worry about it. Take your time, because by taking your time, you're actually forming your next manifestation. Name it what you want to name and let it out there to manifest for you. Let it have a life on its own. You're not moving right now, but your thoughts are. I want to see this fear, the creating through the ashes. Could be also the answer to a fear that things are never going to move again. Or that they're never going to move, or nothing is going to be as happy as what you have already experienced. I'll take you. Are you disappointed in love? If you're disappointed in love, oh my God, what is coming is a huge surprise. It is going to be amazing. If you're not disappointed in love, then love could be what actually awakens your desire. You're postponing your will a little bit. You're avoiding something here. That's okay, you know, there's a pause, but you're one step away. I don't know, but tonight, blind spots come together with joy. As if collectively, what we don't see right now is that joy is the way to getting everything we want. There's gold within. There's gold inside you. You got this. You'll know you got this. This is you. Fortune meets opportunity because of your knowledge, because of your realizations, because of you standing to yourself, because of you embracing your whole you. You have the will, you have the fire, you have the desire, you have the what will is all about, like the way will is felt and also manifested in the outside, but not bad. You just maybe thinking a little bit about the past. Maybe you do want to recreate this. Manifestations are immortal, ideas are immortal, and immortality in the sense also of love, of eternal love, and love as a feeling. That's, I think, that why we're so much love being in love is because we realize how divine we are and how, like, the biggest part of ourselves is actually immortal. Like, it travels, like the soul travels through space and time. And it is the thought. To me, it's also the idea. It's what manifestations start with. For me, the thought is between the bridge of the ghost of something that is there and isn't there, and actually the information and the conscious intention, the conscious thought. I am thinking that I want this, and I want this to happen, and I form it this way, I name it this way, I define it this way, and I create it, and I let it, like, take a life on its own. Just asked actually for 2 more, so yeah, that's great. Oh, got 3. yeah, you're playing it a little bit safe, or maybe this ghost from the past is a little bit safe for you, but you're manifesting, your joy manifests, you're manifesting joy. I think we're talking real happy times ahead of you. I'm gonna greet you goodbye with a card from the Witch's Oracle, because it's Halloween and it's the witches' time of the year. I always do that. Always hits like that little skeleton in the corner. And I'm also gonna take you. This is the Joker. Write on this whatever you want. You got manifestation and joy. Write on it whatever you want. This is for you. This is an extra little gift from your Lady Fortune here. Balance. Beautiful. Another familiar on the card. Another animal that could be, its spirit could actually give you information and guide you and be your friend, spiritually speaking, and not only. The crows are the animals that carried the souls of the heroes to Champs-Élysées, Elysia Pedia. Immortality we got here. You know what? You're really, really close. And this is balance is something that you know so well. You dear Libraians. So take your time to find balance between not moving and healing and being protected, and also allowing the infinite possibilities to manifest, and then, you know, decide what you were, what you are now, which parts of those two versions of yourself you want to put together and create your future, and then start manifesting, because you're jumping from silver to gold. That is for me. I wish you an incredible Halloween and a great time. Until next time, big kiss.